Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh god, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
I was wondering how come the original Stanley Parable is on Epic Games now on the store, but the Ultra Deluxe isn't. Maybe because of this part. No matter how much you like something, someone else is gonna hate it. It's the unchanging law of the universe. That thumbs down hurts to see.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I'm feeling a little bit of a beginner's guide seeping through here. Beginner's Guide is the game that Davey Wreden made after the Stanley Parable. Feel like these are feelings that anybody who does anything remotely creative can relate to. That review just now, though, it wasn't complaining about objective stuff like, oh, the graphics are bad, or the resolution is not high enough, or whatever, right? So that's really just a difference in opinion, and what somebody wants to make, what a creator wants to make, versus what a consumer wants to consume. These things are often at odds, and you can't make something that pleases everybody. Like, if somebody only likes shooting games and they don't like, you know, quote-unquote walking simulators, you can't convince them to like this. There's no point.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
The worst part is this person played it for 3 hours, so it's not like a review after 5 minutes, which, if it was, you could write it off. You could be like, okay, this person just hasn't played enough. They don't know anything, and they were rushing through. But no, they gave it a proper try, and that's when it hurts the most. Oh god. I'm getting some serious beginner's guide feelings again. Don't dig it up. Leave it in the memory zone. We shouldn't go digging. Oh god, no, what?
What's this one got to say?
10 hours!
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
But that's the whole game!
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Oh, narrator. That's not how this works. I understand where the feelings come from entirely, but no, man, no. You'll kill yourself.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence...
You know I'm not going to click it, right?
That's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you.
I can't bear to do it.
Becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So, now you see.
Okay, we'll do it. In the spirit of...
We've eaten. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is...
They want me to skip again.
...choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once, that you are... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment. You are not beyond redemption. You may change, and you may become more, so much more than you were before. If there is any message to be taken from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, it is this. What a fortune, a privilege, a joy it is to have had such an experience. It leaves me hopeful that as a community, as a world, there is time for us to become our greatest selves, as great as we ever could dream of in our
wildest, there's a tinge of sadness in me listening to this.
Future.
Oh.
Wow. Now, Stanley, that's a review. It's perfect. It's the perfect review. It's the review I've always dreamed of receiving. I have to read it again. It's simply too wonderful. I have to experience this just one more time.
They're saying I have to skip.
From the ashes of depravity. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Yeah.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button.
They want me to press it again.
Before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go?
Oh, man.
Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall?
I wish.
Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall?
There's so much I want to say,
for you to be
but
able to leave?
he's talking, I'm talking.
I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to
sorry.
another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are.
This is so true.
What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child. Wild
Absolutely
and
normal.
impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone, and that I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue. It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it.
I don't doubt it either.
You'll press that button again, leaving me here. And surely you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety that you sit with me and just stay here. Oh, no, I know you too well. You'll be leaving me. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my
he
head.
looped without it looping properly. Which means I gotta do it then. I sat through your whole spiel, okay? It's okay for me to move on. This is so... Man, it's so true though. Like, one negative comment can defeat a million positive comments. It's very sad, but that's how it is for content creators as well.
Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Oh my God.
You're back. Oh my goodness, I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Not 2 weeks? I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley, not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away.
You know, this is written to be as long-winded as possible, but I find it interesting enough that I still want to hear the rest of this. But I know they want me to skip. I know they want me to.
I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet
I'm sorry.
Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I could do nothing but watch.
Is this the Stanley's Parable we wanted? Is this what we wanted? He's not even here anymore. Oh no! No, now I have to talk. I have to be here and keep you entertained. Oh god, no, please don't exit the video. Just bear with me, okay? Now I gotta start rambling like he did. Is that the smoke alarm? The only thing we're hearing, aside from that button getting unpushed. Oh. Narrator, I've gotten to know you so well over the years, but I failed you. We didn't have to listen to that negative review. It was the opinion of somebody who didn't matter. Not everybody's opinions matter equally.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes, of course. They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and
oh God,
sterilized.
This is hitting hard.
To feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves, they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam. Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps
that's what we like to think.
Their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me down. This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor, that it amuse them endlessly from start to finish. But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition.
I can't believe we sat through the whole thing. Is that how he really feels? Not the narrator, but Davey Reedon. Yeah, like I said earlier, I truly believe the whole effect of, social media allowing the consumers to get too close to creators is not a good thing. But even that though, the review, yeah, that's not like somebody going up to him. So that's like an okay way of doing it, but even then, not everyone's opinions matter, and oh God, because of that one review, we got this whole situation here. And it's not, you know what? Some people are probably sitting through this video being like, what, this is so, it was really funny. The first video was really funny, but now what is he rambling on and on about? It's the same situation he's describing that's happening to this Let's Play series right now. The first video was really funny, and now suddenly there's so much, it's a completely different thing. It's pivoting into a lot of introspection and all that. Where is the entertainment and the jokes and the gags? Come on, this isn't what I signed up for. Entertain me.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Can we get out? There's a leak. Well, there's a leak. If there's a leak, does that mean we can get out? Oh god. Oh! Oh my god. Maybe a little bit more. But every time we press it, how many years are passing? Still no door. Oh my god. Is this actually the sequel to The Beginner's Guide? If you said it is, I would believe you. Things are dead yet again. Oh god. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Get out of this one. Oh. Narrator? Narrator? Is this the Stanley Parable we wanted? Cookie 9! Look at what you've done. Look at what you've done. We were in the water before, remember? Before we walked into this room? It's a freaking desert now. Oh. But this is what I wanted? Wow. Okay, that was... I don't even know what happened to the narrator at the end. Oh my god. That was even more existential crisis-y than the other one in the basement. Holy crap.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I mean, I think this is gonna catch some people off guard. Yeah, because just like one of the reviews said earlier, was it the Destructoid one or...
Oh, good.
The other one.
You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
It starts out funny, but it can get serious too. And then maybe that's not what some people are looking for. And then they're like, well, it's not funny anymore, so I don't like this game anymore. And then you can start thinking about stuff like, do people create to satisfy the need within themselves to create something that they like and want? Or do we create to make something that other people like? If the point of making something is to share with other people, how much do we have to account for their opinions and reviews and...
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay. I see you spruced up the office.
Isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
I have never seen anyone... I think that's the point, though. I've never seen anyone say they wanted a sequel to the Stanley Parable. The end is never the end again. 427. Oh, the release date. April 27? Investor showcase. Well, this is what the investors want to hear, yeah, because they know the Stanley Parable made money the first time around. And they're not the ones who are really intimately familiar with the details of the game, right? So they just know this property made money, so therefore, make a sequel, and it'll make even more money.
Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Yes. And money. Money. Offpaintingk.tga. This is all about to become commentary on the state of the game development industry, isn't it? Well, your office is more modern looking. Your doors, they're fancier now. Never underestimate coffee enjoyer who left their cup by the leather sofa that faces a blurry room. That's a specific cup just for this one spot. Time to wake up. New mug. I used to say coffee nut before, right? The same color mug. What about that one? I can't read that one. I can't read that one. I'll have to zoom in and post. What does it say? I can't see it. Oh. Is this what the average game development studio looks like? The ones that try to look like a new age tech company? More the Stanley Parable. Better the Stanley Parable. Win-win. Sequential mindshare. Paradigm shift synergy. Brick and mortar approach. Envelope client-centric marketing. Oh my god. The color red. Yes. Even recently, even this year, wasn't there another game that was a sequel that had a logo with a 2 being in red? I can think of at least one. Leverage. Holistic value. 1 to 2. Groundbreaking. What the hell is that? Yes, red is the name of the game here. A catchy color that communicates that there's something worth looking at. Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. Oh! You are correct. Oh my god. This is my second cup. Oh. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Old plus busted. New hotness. Yeah. Cool red section of the chart. Yeah. They're back. 2 doors. Oh yeah. The doors. Of course, they were iconic in the first one. You've got to make a homage to them so that the players who play the first one will be like, oh yeah, I remember the doors from the first one. Ooh. Oh my god, this is so many. If you squint, I feel like you can see so many existing game logos here. Like, the color red and the 2. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, that guy doesn't even have a computer. Oh my god. Oh, it's a, you get it? It's a question mark. Oh, it's a backwards question mark. Holy crap, this is groundbreaking.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Just start something, it'll come together. Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, City. Yes. Divinity Original Sin 2, Doom 2, Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar, Dark Souls 2. I haven't played any Souls game before, but I'm pretty sure Dark Souls 2 is the one that people say they hate, right? Crab, the ultimate sequel. Oh my god. Two. Don't talk to me before I've had my sequel. Oh, that's trippy. Look, it says the prequel to the Stanley Parable. 2 is a sequel to the Stanley Parable. Wait. It says sequel. Wait, what? It changes. It changes from prequel to sequel? Oh my god, I'm so confused. You are the sequel. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god, it's like a Hollywood. It is! It's a red carpet thing. Look, new content. Oh yeah, the fancy red seats. Show it off to the investors. They've got to give you your money. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to make this. One baby. There's a one baby. What? No carrots? What? I don't know. Expo Hall 2. Oh yeah, I bet all this really speaks to game devs here. Okay, now we have to enjoy this.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Oh my god. The reassurance bucket. New feature. Okay, let's start clockwise or something. Hear your name in the game. Oh my god. Well, you won't have my name in there, I don't think. Exclusive! The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Really? Hear your name in the game. What if somebody has like a Asian name? Like an Asian character. I'm thinking about the Steam name, the Steam username, the Asian character name. You can't read that, can you? Where's the button? Let me press it. Wait, don't close behind me, okay? Wait!
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, but how would you ask them it? Do you ask? Or do you just take their Steam name? Or are you like going through my computer as we speak, trying to find traces of my real name? Or what are you doing right now? I'm very curious. Do you want me to say it once? And then you'll play it back to me? No, I want to hear it in the narrator's voice, not my own voice. Really? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Great.
Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I'm sorry, man. I'm still thinking about Stanley's wife from the apartment ending. My 6-year-old son, David.
Jim. No! Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
I am Jim. I am Jim. My name is Jim.
Jim. Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are. Jim.
You had something good here. Now you take it away from me. I'm gonna give a negative review. Oh, what about this one? No, this is just talking about the size. Just right. I love the new color scheme you have going on here. It's very new agey.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.